we go. Hello, good evening, and welcome to the stream. Yes, we are live on Twitch and on YouTube. So if you want the better video quality, that's on the YouTube. And obviously, same audio, etc. But it is at 1440p at, like, I don't know, 50 megabyte a second or something. I'm broadcasting out at. You get what you're given. As far as anything else on YouTube, when it comes to bitrate, it kind of decides. Depends. If you've got premium, you get higher bitrate, even at 1080p. And 1080p on premium, I've seen it, looks pretty nice. Anyway, that's a whole other thing. Right, let's go to the live screen and hey, voila, social media's done. Hola. There we all go. Right, okay. We got that done. We got the other done. I came here because someone said Professor Dreadlock wasn't around. And I was like, oh, maybe he's despawned or something. Nope, there he was. Right, let's get some buffage. Could really do with Spec 2, couldn't we? Soon. Is that the... Wasn't showing you stream. Oh, that's not good. I'm going to nip back to Rubi-ka, refill nano, etc. Oh yes, I'm on holiday, so beer o'clock. Good, Stephen, welcome to the stream. Twitch is buggy. It wasn't showing your stream. I wonder why. Yeah, I think I need to change my Twitch kind of icon, because it's monochrome, isn't it? So essentially it looks the same when I'm online as when I'm offline, because it's black and white. It's a silhouette of me, or a complete, like, black-white image taken from a photograph of me. But it's me from, like, 2014. So it's 12 years out of date. I didn't even have the beard grown out then or anything. So maybe update it, I don't know. I think I updated it on Twitch. Yeah, I did update it. I've not updated it on YouTube, though. But if you go to my... Yeah. I did post it in the Discord, yeah. That's why I post it, because people go, I didn't know you were streaming. You need to post it on the Facebook group and on Twitter and on whatever else. And I'm like, okay. As Twitch now decided to tell you that I'm streaming, has it? Right, okay, I think that's as fully buffed. Now, I still want to be casting, and can't, a new nano for higher piercing skill. Not sure where it is. I did have it with, didn't I? Why you know? Yeah, well, this was a reward. BE remote control. Nano transmitter uses remote control of computers. Okay. That was from the Foreman's Dungeon Quest. But, yeah, I'm not sure. Color of amplification. Maybe I put it in the bank. I've not looked thoroughly enough. Or did I upload it, but I can't cast it? Piercing tooth. Sharpened dagger. No, it was next one after that. It's not in the bank. It was a yellow nano. Have I gone and managed to sell it to a vendor by accident? Kind of dumbass thing I do, I know. Oh dear. Hopefully not. I think maybe I did, because it's not in my inventory anymore. Oh, bum. Holy shit, your beard is more majestic than the thumbnail on Discord. Have you taken a break from your keeper? No, I'm just playing the shade a bit, catching them up to where the keeper's at, and then I think I'm going to play them more together once they're the same level, if that makes sense. Nearly there, only about 5 levels on this guy, and yeah. Now, I think my keeper had a duplicate of that nano. So did I at some point decide to sell one and keep the other? And I believe they got it in a mission. So I'm logging them in. I think they're logged off in Foreman's, actually. Oh yeah, I can use the grid. Yeah, that picture's from... That was before I cut my beard, that picture, I think. So it got that long, and then I shaved it back down to about 1 inch long all over. And then it's grown since then. So that picture was, well, toward the end of COVID. All the lockdowns and whatnot. Could have been. Who is that? Ungoliathan. I never quite know how to say that out loud. I feel like, what's his name? Matt Rose going, I'm a permanent or something. Have a look, see. Here's the keeper. See, I haven't forgotten the keeper. Dagger in the back. Ah, no, that's sneak attack and that was quicken reflexes. That's a me nano for the keeper. Oh, so maybe... Have I gone and sold that nano then? Well, that's dumbassery, isn't it? Well done, sir. You are officially a dumbass. Yeah, I think maybe I did. So the keeper's 92. I want to get the shade to the same level and then play them both at the same time a bit more. I'm going to log them off now. Ghostmaster, welcome to the stream. Oh, I did the thing you said. Yeah, the data folder. Is it in client? No, it's on it from there. That's this one. Prefs XML. Right, I changed it earlier. Let's have a look. Display borderless. Yada yada. Where it is, somewhere halfway down. Up again. I'm going right past it. Chat font display. Display this. GUI. Seems to have disappeared. Where's the line gone? Just below borderless. Yeah, here you go. Display compressed textures value 0. I set it to 0. As you suggested, because we don't have the same interface launcher as live. And compressed textures made sense in 2001. You know, mainly because, well, you know, you had megabytes of VRAM, if you were lucky. Value was 0, which means not using compressed textures. It was defaulted to 1, which means enabled, as far as I understand that code, which isn't very much. So I changed it to 0. Has not crashed yet. The DG Voodoo thing. Yeah, so for that should work automatically. And then if you go into whichever folder it's in, go to the client folder and there you go, control panel. So you can go into there, turn off whatever, you know, fiddle with it. Turn off the watermark for one. It comes on automatically. I don't do much with it for this because this isn't the live client, so different rules. I suppose maybe the only other thing to think is turn off fast. Enables fast video memory access for locked services. Try it only if you experience low performance. Oh, I don't. Performance is monumental. Okay, I'll just switch that off, but in order for that to take effect, I need to exit and restart the launcher. DigiVoodoo 2, I've used it since... Oh, I had issues with an old game. It could have been Deus Ex, the original, until someone on Steam kind of fixed it. And then, you know, you got auto-modded versions of the game now. Ah, there it is. Right, okay. Right, I need to do something first. Yeah, I need to quit the launcher. There's another thing I need to do. One sec. Sorry about this, guys. It needs to be done. Right, okay, that's done. Yep. Okay. Right, sorry about that. Yep, bit of admin needed to be done. Right, so now I've turned off the fast memory access. That might stabilize it. It says only use if you've got bad performance. Well, that's certainly not the case here, so... Oh, dear. Too hot. Yeah, there we go. That all worked. Yeah, so if you saw any codes on that brief flash of Notepad++, I just changed them all. So, good luck. One of them will probably randomly, at some point... oh, well, there's a good start. Oh dear, maybe I should leave that on. I have one thing on desktop that actually matters. Wilhelm Scream, yes. I'm glad you approve. Yeah, so that affects any NPC that draws upon, in other words, calls that sound file upon, when it's killed, which is most male-presenting humanoids within the game. Right, okay, so we just had a wee crash there. But you have to remember, if your character is male and dies, it will also use the Wilhelm scream, which may not be exactly what you want. It's a simple WAV file edit. Just blame Ghosty. I'm not blaming Ghosty. No. Anyway, 3F1, welcome to the stream. Right, I'll go rebuy that Nano. I know for a fact, as soon as I rebuy it, I'll go and bloody well find it again, won't I? I just don't, I know. You know how it is. That could simply be a DG Voodoo thing. DG Voodoo is pretty much well trusted now. I would say you're pretty safe to use it. I made a video about it, and I would not do that if I had any doubts or suspicions about it. I would be like, no, I'm not making videos telling people Sharp and Dagger, no. Or maybe it's the one up on the other. Yeah, it could be the second level. Yeah, if I have any doubts about any piece of software, I do not make a video about it. Just because, you know, I don't want to make a video like that and then people come back to me and go, well, you said I could use that and my computer's now died. You see, I don't want to make that kind of aggravation for myself. VDoc. Is that our VDoc from Storm VDoc? He was guild president for a number of years. I wasn't around. I came back. He was still El Presidente. And I worked as one of his officers. And then he pretty much quit game. But then, you know, he did a lot of useful stuff instead, like buying a house and getting married and stuff that you need to do. So can't blame the guy. He needed to get on with his life. Yeah, so seems happy now anyway. I'm just surprised to see him, if it is him. Could be just someone with a similar idea for a name. Hence, you know, V as a question. Was it Mugger? Silent Dagger. There we go. No. Piercing Gash. Level from 75. That's the Nano I couldn't find, but also Mugger would be nice. I do not think I can cast that yet, though. Calling getting married a useful thing is a take. I mean, they got on with their life. That's what I mean. Yeah, we'll grab that as well. We got money. We can afford it. You cannot cast. I'm beating a Psycho Mod 531. Oh my god. That's an ask. Actually, not that far off. Sense Imp, though. Ah! That's all the remaining IP spent. But I think, yeah, the rest went into other stuff. Okay, we got the Nano back. But we need to get, what, level 90 for infuses? Infuses would do it. Yeah, well, he married his longtime girlfriend that he lives with, you know. The old expression was make an honest woman of her, you know, which is somewhat misogynistic, isn't it, really? But yeah, so yeah, they just put it on paper and he put a ring on the finger, you know. I'm not sure Mastery would cut it, would it? Mastery's plus 50. So it would do it for Psycho Mod. Mugger, no, which I want. Sense Imp 491. Plus 50. Ooh, we'd be 486. We wouldn't quite be there. Wouldn't quite be there. Do I? I do have. I thought, why have I not got that on a hotbar? There you go. Base ability buff. Come to Newland and get buffed. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy for the guy. He's getting on with it. He said, look, the AO for him was kind of an addiction, so he had to quit. You know, I had to do the cold turkey. For me, it's sort of like, it possibly was at some point a bit of a problem, but hasn't, you know, I don't yearn to play every day or anything. I enjoy playing in my free time when I'm not at work or doing other things. You know, dicking around on my computer, basically. It's just like hobbies, isn't it? PRK team obsessed with performance. Also, PRK team, every NPC is dancing. Touch my balls. Okay. I still think we're not quite there. Oh, well, we got Mugger, which is nice. Yeah, Psycho Mod. No, Sense Imp. Sense Imp. Yeah, we're only a couple of points away. Another level, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Let's get that level. I have 0 XP at the moment. In the pool, which means I probably died doing something. A second mastery. Hey. Right. Okay. Let me get another beer because you know that makes everything work better and all this. Bincraft. Rate the game. What, this game? 11. Back in a sec. Right, I is back. I would say, you know, we did that mini event in Elysium. Yeah, I mean, there was like less lag than you would expect to see in any live game event. And performance, well, you know, I'm on a modern system, so yeah. Hard R for the 5 GBP donation. Hard R. What? Round the rugged rock, the ragged rascal ran. What, the Welsh hard R? The rolled R? I guess. Do you mean GDP? Well, I don't know what GBP stands for. Golf Bravo. You can roll B's and P's as well. B's more easily. CPU total at 8%, and that's streaming twice. Great British pounds. Oh, right, okay. Well, thank you. Should you choose to. I need to turn that off so I can see my NCU. Are you looking for... Did we get a mission? I guess we did. 0 seconds remain. I must have completed it. No, I did this mission, didn't I? Yeah, by the crash site. No. Delete mission. Yeah, that's... I've seen that a couple of times. Missions sort of sticking for some reason. Village. Oh, that's a huge run. I'll be deader than a dead thing trying that on. Oh, one in tier. There we go. Yeah, sure. That'll do. Go to tier. It is GBP. Yes, you're quite right. I don't know. I didn't think of that. I was like, oh, what's that? I guess it's because when, in the vernacular, you tend to hear GDP mentioned 10 times more often. But GDP is how much money are the rich people making, essentially. £10 donation from... Really? Oh, thank you very much. It hasn't told me. If you did, but thank you very big if you did. It's not telling me that. SPEDNB, click server mission thingy don't work on this. Click saver? Click saver, yeah, there's like a slightly modified version of it as well. Muddy Zen, welcome to the stream. How's your time off treating you? Nicely. It's the typical thing though. You even though you're off, you log into work just to see if you've missed anything. And really, you should not. You should just be relaxing and not really thinking about much. That's the point of the time off, you know? If you did donate, I really appreciate it. YouTube has not managed to tell me about it, though. Which is odd. It usually does. It is locked. Okay. I'm not putting into breaking an entry. I will just click on it multiple times. There you go. We're selling. See, even this cave has aircon. Come on, Great Britain. The current climate change, surely we should get aircon into buildings. Basic martial artist suit. Do you have to be a martial artist? It doesn't have the tag. Pink Goggles, no clue. Watch streak achieved. Is currently on an 85 stream streak. My God. Must be delayed. Well, thank you. Very, very big. Viewer active. No super chat. No. It's. I swear, it's telling me nothing. We'll give it a chance to turn up. So thank you very, very much for the donation. Much appreciated. Totally not needed, but yeah. Most certainly appreciated.
Oh. Roger.
Anarchy Online should be renamed. I don't think you can just blame AO. I think plenty of people are addicted to online activities of one kind or another.
Roger.
I don't think it's AO's fault. You know. Okay, well, I changed this thing's death rattle as well, because I don't like sad doggo sounds, especially when, you know, your own, in my case, your own dog has died in the last few weeks. Sadly. Brilliant dog. Gave me 12 amazing years, that puppy. Love your work, mate. Fab guy. Oh, well, thank you. You vastly overestimate my abilities. Yeah, it is sad, and I'm sad about it. But, you know, you got to be the adult in the room and go, you know, we got that dog when I was, let's see, 2014. So I was 45 years old when we got him. As a functioning adult, knowing full well, I'm probably going to outlive this pet. You know, it's that sort of thing for me now. It's like, well, you know, you're making the bargain. You know what you're getting into. You know, you kind of know that at some point, for that unconditional love that you get from your doggo, there's going to be some pain when you have to let go of them. Timmy is a border collie. Well, he was a Welsh collie, actually, not a border collie. They're slightly thinner, but same. There you go. There's the Wilhelm scream. Similar in temperament, though. Hyper intelligent for a dog. Always watching you, what you're doing, why you're doing it, how am I helping? That's their thing. Yeah, everyone that has Neanderthal DNA can blame their addictive tendencies on that DNA. That's where we got it from. I know we're Homo sapiens, but only 17% of our DNA that's active. Bear in mind, only 5% of your total amount of DNA is doing anything. The rest is just like old DNA that's not being used. Yeah, so the Homo sapien bit is like, yes, but also all the other old humanoids that were around the time of our kind of conquest of Europe and whatnot. All the interbreeding between them, we're the end result of that kind of thing. So everyone has a bit of Neanderthal DNA. Every white every Caucasian person has it. Oh no, dogs most certainly have a lot of intelligence and problem-solving skills. I have made available the Wilhelm scream for your delectation, should you want. And as a zip file, you just unzip and copy pasta into the client folder. Disclaimer, action cannot be undone. You will forever hear Wilhelm until there's a major patch, or you re-download and install. This guy's gonna do it as well. I did it because I was, 4 beers in on the stream and just decided it was funny. And I was trying to explain that, no, this is funny. Oh, backpacker survival. Thank you. Other loot to sell. Mission target. Thing to put the poison food snacks? Spiked food snacks in. Scream hot. The thing is, the more you hear it, the more you realise other movies, games and other stuff has used it. It's the exact same thing. It's just been rehashed, redone, whatever. It's in so many movies, and once your ears tune in to it, and it's, little peculiarities, idiosyncrasies, once your ears starts to recognise it, you'll suddenly hear it, and it will stand out like a stubbed toe when you suddenly hear it in a movie. And you realise, oh, yeah, it's in Lord of the Rings, it's in all 3 of the Lord of the Rings movies in different places. It's not always front and centre, but it's there. Yeah, maildie.wav. Mail_die. But I kept the format of the file identical. That's the trick, because if you start importing higher bitrate, etc., sample rate files into your WAV files, you're going to run into a lot of problems with the game engine. Peer Pressure Peter gifted 10 subs. A 10 bomb from Peer Pressure Peter. He's gifted a tier 1 sub to Zyzon, a Race Guy 01. Hang on. Zion Race Guy 01. Apple juice with less vowels. Peer to 4 out of 5 dentists. Cyber Exile, Maelstrom of Madness. GI Black Mamba. Okay. To Autonable and Ja Van Dam. Thank you very much for the 10 bomb. Much appreciated, sir. Unnecessary, but appreciated. Do you think it's a cult thing? No, I don't think there's a cult. I think various movie directors poke fun at each other and reuse little things from other movies all the time. Musicians do it all the time as well, trust me. We borrow and mess about with other people's stuff just for the lols, Bling, Peer Pressure Peter, gigantify an emote. Thank you. It's like the 4-chord song. There's a 4-chord sequence which you can start on any one of the 4 chords. I think it's B minor, A major, G major, A major, B minor again. But you can start on any one of the chords and play, and it's a busker's trick, to be honest. It's a trick to sound like you know more songs than you do. where you can fit the melody of most hit songs over those chords, that it works. But they're not actually the right chords, but it sounds right enough. Related to the golden ratio, yeah, it is. It's mathematically in the same way similar, in that when you're talking about playing chords in a key, you get the one chord. So I'll try and do this on the guitar, but my right hand is not up to really playing. So in any key in Western music, I'll just do it with my thumb. So if you take C major, then you go to D minor, E minor, F major, F sharp diminished, and eventually you wind back up at. So there, those chords are named 1, 2, 3 chord, 4 chord, 5 chord. I forget now. The 5 chord and so on. So in blues you hear a lot of 1, 4, 5s. So in blues you'll hear all the time. So you're with rock and roll, status quo, all that stuff. Back to 1, 5, 4, 1. Skip to 4, 5 again. I can't play because I injured my wrist and severed tendons and the median nerve, so my right hand can't do what it used to yet. So within those sequence of chords, you can play a bazillion songs. That's why the 4-chord song comedy skit works. They're just pointing out that this is what buskers have been doing for donkey's years. They're not actually all the same. They just sound correct over that sequence of chords, because you can pretty much put most pop melodies over that sequence of chords. Can't do it with Stairway to Heaven, can't do it with You Shook Me All Night Long, can't do it with the Status Quo song, any of them. Can't do it with a lot of heavy metal, you know, etc, etc. So yes, it seems like a really long list, and oh my god, the 4-chord song. But there's the 5-chord song, the 6-chord song, etc, etc. That's not accounting for the entirety of most songs, which have a verse, a chorus, a middle 8, and sometimes a bridge. You know, so there's a lot of yes, but also not quite about it. So it's a funny sketch. And I enjoy watching it. It does make me laugh how many tunes they managed to squeeze into the 4-chord format. But that doesn't mean every song is copying the other, because the top line melody is distinct and different. You know, it just happens that you can fit those chords underneath that melody line. That's all. Like Black Sabbath, Paranoid, Iron Man, you know, all or other music, other songs they did. What was the other one? War Dogs. You cannot use the 4-chord trick to play War Dogs over. It doesn't work. It's just that most hit songs are in a melodic key and follow the modal standards for that key, and therefore can be sung over these 4 basic chords. That's all it is. But it's a very funny thing. It's an Australian band. They did it as a comedy piece, and I've been asked so many times, is that right then? All these songs are the same. It's like, no, it's a joke. There's a bazillion songs you can't do that with. In fact, it's probably a bigger list of songs you can't do that with that I haven't got the time or inclination to compile. Epic clip emote. Oh, we got a new emote. I'm going to share it. Thank you, Peer Pressure Peter. There we go. Choo choo camcorder. Turret. Choo choo. There we go. 4 out of 5 dentists. Thank Peer Pressure Peter for their gifted sub. Ow, Dimash. Getting hurt by the turret here. Need more dodge range, I think. Turrets, they are meant to. I mean, they've got that big kick drum sound. You could take the turret audio and use it as a kick drum in a track and no one would notice. They'd go, oh yeah, banging. In fact, I'm almost certain it is a kick drum. The rhythm can be the bass and the bass can be the treble, but it still stands. Yeah, it depends exactly what aspect you're referring to, but yeah, broadly, yeah. Yeah, so there's a bazillion, like pretty much the entire playlist of Rage Against the Machine doesn't work with the 4-chord song. But it does work for most pop music because most pop music's really, really similar. You know, it just is because it sells, you know. So when you watch the 4-chord song, I'll link you to, if I can find the original, so they get the ad rev if there is any. Axes were awesome. There we go. 16 years ago on YouTube. Stop. There you go. So if you want to know what I'm on about, you'll listen to this and go, oh my god, I've been lied to my whole life. No. Only applies to the songs they use. It just means that these 4 chords are used quite a lot by pop music writers, you know. So if you're in the business of writing pop songs, you're probably going to use these 4 chords. Not so most other music, though. I think the turret baseball sounds like a fart in the bath. What? The turret baseball? Sounds like a fart in a bath? Yeah, so it's a very funny skit because they sort of dig up, yeah, you know, a lot of pop music is pretty similar, is the comment they're making. But that doesn't mean it isn't good and you can't enjoy it. It doesn't mean, you know, a lot of things. And it doesn't mean every song is actually the same. It doesn't mean that. A lot of people jump to that conclusion. And it's not that. They just say, look, pop music, by and large, follows a very similar format, you know, for songs that you might not think of as pop music, but are. But as soon as you step outside of pop music, it completely does not work that way. So fear not. If you're into heavy rock, especially modern heavy rock, there's absolutely no chance any of the songs you really like fit that 4-chord thing. They're just not happening, you know. And if you're into jazz, you're probably laughing at the joke. Because that's it. It's a light-hearted joke at, aren't pop songs awfully similar to each other? Yes, they are. That's why they're popular. They follow a format that's popular. You know, it's not a bad thing. Just, it's a thing. West End Boys. But. Yeah, a lot of Motown songs got repurposed as soul and reggae tracks as well. It's surprising how many. You got a balloon animal. That's very good. That's not a door up there, is it? The sneaky door of doom at the top of the... No, it's not. Easy as hell for a DJ. Yes, of course, you know. Good DJs are reading the crowd and providing extra entertainment. You know, they're not just doing nothing. I mean, there are plenty of DJs that are on a laptop and they go, playlist, play. And then pretend to twiddle knobs that aren't actually connected to anything. That's a thing, that happens, but, you know. There are great DJs who do not do that whatsoever. And I know a few. What was the guy? You guys might remember him. I know him. Because I met him a couple of times off-roading and in other places. DJ Cooter. He had the hit song, what was it? Everybody Trip, Feel Good, and a bunch of others. Yeah, he came up with all those songs. I know him in the real life, and what he does when he's working is way beyond that. He really is live mixing. He really is creating as he goes when he's playing, you know. Yeah, Kuta, Kuta, DJ Kuta. Yeah, I don't want to give you his real Facebook by accident. Give me a sec. And I actually know his sister better than I know him. I know him through his sister. This is so weird. Why am I telling you guys this? Yeah, but last he was making tons of money in oh god, I think it was in Vegas. Sellout tour in Vegas, doing well, etc. Give me a second. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that's him on Facebook. Has he got any other socials on there that I can share? Yeah, I can't share what I'm looking at because I can see his personal posts with his extended family in and shit. Oh god. He is in one of my off-roading videos, but you probably won't recognize him in it. Oh no, that's no good. That's his person. No, look for Mike Lewis. His name is known. I can get to like his official website or something to share with you. No, YouTube, not that. Tell you what, here's his Wikipedia. Is Pete Tong still around? I think so. I don't think he's working at the moment musically. Is that? No, that's the wrong Mike Lewis. No, ignore that one. Wrong person. Yeah, DJ Kuta. If you Google that, you'll find him. But because I know him personally, all the links I have from him are like not ones I'm going to share on the interweb. I'm sure he wouldn't actually mind, but you got his promotion, mate. He is that kind of guy, you know. He's always in his own mind. He's always working, you know. This is probably why he's so successful. Yeah, but he doesn't do the, I'll just hit a playlist and go to the bar. Yeah, he's absolutely not that. And he has had a couple of like pretty big hits and stuff. I'm not doing, oh, I know a celebrity. I'm not doing that. I'm just like, yeah, the stuff he writes doesn't fit the 4-chord song. That's how we got there in the first place, but yeah. But as a busker, you could probably make it fit. Because you're sort of balancing a melody line on top of the chord sequence. And you can kind of occasionally get away with it with a bit of jiggery-pokery. Bend the timing and rules and all that. Yeah, that's the wrong guy. That's the wrong Mike Lewis. Another musician. I'm sure he's great. But I'm not the right guy. So, yeah. Right. We are not leveling very quickly with missions, as is the way of missions. Right. Getting a beer. And then we're going to go to Elysium and try and level, maybe. I don't know. Maybe we could go to Sheol as well. We could get the free pass to Sheol without having to do the quest, but we've done all the Elysium quests on this character so far, so... Carl Cox, 3 decks and the keyboard. Oh yeah, when he started, digital was a brand new thing in studios, but we didn't call it Pro Tools, we called it Slow Tools, because it was running on 486 computers and old original iMacs and oh god. Anyway, back soon. It's kind of that whole 4-chord song is kind of a commentary on how overly similar popular music has become over the last 30, 40 years. Gotta remember, you go back a little ways, when you're playing Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, and you play the in-game music on the radio station, and you're like, every song is memorable and completely different, and yet similar in some way. None of those songs fit the 4-chord thing. It's jazz, man. It's Gilbert and Sullivan. You know, it's yeah, totally different. And it'd be nice to hear a bit more of that on the radio, but it is what it is. Advertisers want this song, you know. Is what it is, guys. Is what it is. I'll never be a big YouTuber because I don't do the big YouTuber thing, you know. And to be honest, I'm not really arsed. I don't think I want to be the big YouTuber thing. I would rather retain some individuality, not necessarily taste, but at least individuality. The one and only reason that I ever bought a used Atari, because some genius included I/O MIDI ports. Oh yeah, when the Amiga 64 came out, that was a revolution for keyboard players, you know, that went 100% pro with a gazillion dollars, you know, for you know, amateur composers, etc., i.e. people not making their main income from their music, which is, I'm going to be honest, 99.999999% of all musicians, and writers and creatives. I don't make the rules. Yeah. That was a revolution. You could have multiple tracks running at the same time from MIDI. That made bands like Eurasia, Yazoo and all that happen. But I will say of Eurasia and Yazoo, I think I prefer Yazoo, but I just prefer the singer in Yazoo a lot. But yeah, she was a soulful blues singer singing pop songs, but he wrote the pop songs on a guitar. If it didn't work with just a guitar and a melody, he didn't do anything else with it. His ethos was, if it don't work on a acoustic guitar with a vocal, it simply doesn't work, and it's time to bin it and write something else. And that worked for them. And then the main singist, I've completely forgotten her name for this moment, Alison Moyet, wonderful blues soul singer. Her voice on top of that was whole new level, and it also made it immediately identifiable as well. As soon as you heard her voice and those keyboards, you were like, oh, it's Yazoo. You know, it just slapped you in your face with its signature sound. In a good way. Yeah, but Alison Moyet, though. Oh, yeah. Music and musicians are weird. It's like I'm kind of an all-rounder on the instrument. I know guys who can whittly, but they can't keep time in soul or reggae. They can't do it. They literally can't play reggae. They can play perfect time at, 30-second note at 160 BPM and whatever, and the amazing technical ability, but they can't play anything soul or anything because they can't play on the snare, which is something you also do with soul and everything else. The band Curve. I can't remember them right now. Curve. Do. International rock band, music due from 1990, dissolved 2005. Name rings a bell, but I can't think of what they ever did. Viva. Yeah, if I play any of this on the stream. I recognise her face, though. Did she go on and do something else afterward? Yeah, I probably have heard their stuff, but I can't think of it right now. Britpop. Yeah, I mean, anything that came out of Britain got christened Britpop, even if it wasn't. Make the XP quicker here than missions. Oh, Matt. Not the nano skill we're lacking, but, You're grey, you don't count. Back to full health, I think. I've been listening to just those groups today and more of the same era. Oh, there you go. Perk. Drum and bass was born. Was it? Drum and bass was London. Trap and all that shite. Okay. Go for that one. Seeing as we don't have Dimash available just now. Yeah, I think it's going to be one of them. That's the thing as well I've noticed getting older, is you forget some of the bands you used to absolutely adore. somehow they don't figure in your life anymore? Not overstepping here, but unfortunately I've had 3 alcohol-induced seizures in my life and I still dance better than Gen Z. Okay! Gauntlet has been thrown there. Oh my god. I'll shush on that one. Well, you know, when you're talking to me, you're in a safe space, but you are talking on YouTube in a public forum, so do bear that in mind. I don't judge people, but other people judge people, and, you know, you're in a public forum, so... saying. Maybe. Just... shit. Oh, the XP is rolling in. Excuse me. I probably drink more than I should drink. But I don't care. Oh, someone gave me a neuronal stimulator. Did it work? It did not. Oh, gem buff ran out. Maybe it did. And I didn't check. I'm a doofus. It did work. Let's get that buffed quick. Yeah, the first house I lived in as a child was a house, you know, obviously it was my mum and dad's house. Their first house had a bar. Just like a literal bar. I was introduced to alcohol when I was, I don't know, 3 or 4 years old, and they were like, yeah, try this, it's called Baby Sham, have a sip. And you'd be like, ugh. I don't like it, and everyone in the room laughing. You've got no idea why. You know, I grew up in a different era, I guess, than perhaps people that watch my stuff did, but it was quite a different era. It was kind of like, you know, well, you know, it was an era where you had umpteen children just to make sure at least 3 of them lived, you know, because infant mortality was so high. And, you know, there was this sort of fuck it attitude to most things that doesn't bear scrutiny today. I've not raised, you know, our children that way. I've been probably the opposite, you know, try to be present, try to be involved and all, you know, all that stuff, but also give them enough rope, you know. Like with our lad, when he was 18, we said he brought beer home. We went, yeah, go ahead, drink it, drink as much as you want, and he did, and then till he made himself ill. And I was still a dad, you know. I said, it's all right, it's all right. I drink some water. Here's a bucket. I'll go clean up the mess. But learn your limits, kind of thing. And realise the implications of being drunk that you are. If you go out into the world that way, you are making yourself vulnerable. Oh God, is my health charge is running. It's just taking forever. The thing is, that's ended up with him having a healthy, robust, and sensible attitude to alcohol. He's like, it is what it is. It makes you feel this way, and if you drink too much, you're vulnerable and you're going to feel poorly. You know, so he's learned. He's learned. No lectures, no nothing. Just off you go. See what happens. I'm telling you now. The foreboding. This is what's going to happen if you drink that much. You know, and he's learned. You can say, oh, he learned the hard way. Why did you let him do that? Because that's how people learn. That's how I learned. That's how everyone learns. You know. So he does have a very mature attitude to it. He isn't the, yeah, nothing can hurt me, nothing can harm me, blah 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 blah. You know, a lot of kids have that today. I say kids, I mean people that are 30 years younger than me. You know, mid-20s have this kind of like I'm invincible kind of attitude. Like, no, you got to learn. You know, you're a human being, and there are limits to every human being. No, give me a spirit. Again. Finally, it landed. I still love quite a few Cure songs and clips. That's the great Gen X tradition. Yeah, no one cares what we think. That's the Gen X tradition. Ooh, add damage for +8. You are my new spirit. There we go. Add adult F51, adult F58, and then the Matt and Met one. Yeah, it's a good thing they don't listen to Gen X. We're idiots. If you look at the TV that we grew up with, late 70s, 80s, if you're an older Gen X, public information films today would cause trauma. People would be writing to the BBC about the don't fetch your frisbee off a drop-down station pylon 30-second public information film because it traumatized their kids. Well, it probably traumatized us, but guess what? We never did it. We saw the movie of the reality of what can happen if you do that and went, fuck that. If it goes in there, it's gone. Oh shit, 2 of them. Can't do 2. Run away. Bravely run away. Yeah, the old public information movies about fireworks, electricity, whatever. They were graphic, explicitly graphic, and probably scarred us for life by today's standards. But none of us fooled around with fireworks. None of us lit a firework we were holding. None of us ever went anywhere near a drop-down station to fetch anything. None of us jumped in unknown water in the river, the quarry, or the reservoir because we don't know what's under the surface. And, you know, we kind of learned through the osmosis of those TV things. They did their job. They taught us, look, here's the reality of what can happen, and it's really not pretty. And we watched that and went, fuck that. Like, I ain't doing that. Charlie Says. Wasn't there a Charlie Says where there's consequences for actions in every single episode of that? There was the don't cross the road between two parked cars when you're a small person. No, they didn't. They just showed you what you look like after a severe electric shock, with the blackened skin and deadness. They didn't pull any punches. It was like almost as if, first aiders and ambulance crews went, well, this is what it looks like. If you want to put that in it. And, the makeup team went, okay, we can do that. Oh, shit, too. Run away! Run away! Million years of evolution that taps into. Exactly. Yeah, I see people going, I can parkour, and then do severe and life-changing damage to themselves as a result of their parkour. And I've always been like, fuck, dude, didn't you think about the consequences before you did that? You just fucked your life, The era we grew up in, they pointed out what can actually happen to you if you do this dumb shit. The Green Cross Code, yeah. Pelican Crossings, yep. Pelican Crossings. We came up with all these fanciful names. But they all basically taught you, don't trust the cars. Unless you're the one driving the car, don't have any trust in the people driving them. And they were right. Especially today, drivers are 10 times more likely to be distracted because they're looking on Facebook or some other such thing. You think about even the first car phones, people at most would be having a vocal conversation with someone. And I've done it. I've done it for real, in the real. I've had a police officer see that I'm looking up the road, but I'm holding a phone against my ear with my shoulder, having a conversation, and they've just gone. But they haven't pulled me. They haven't given me a ticket. They've just let it go. If I'd have been on the phone texting, taken my eyes off the road, they'd have done me. And unfortunately, the majority of incidents that cause accidents with using mobile phones today are people that are wrapped up in what they're doing on the phone and looking at the screen instead of the fucking road. That's why you should never, 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 never use your phone in a car now. Is 99% of the time it requires crucial seconds of your attention on the screen. EVs are heavy. The UK has quite strict vehicle laws. As in what is considered safe and not safe, which is why a lot of vehicles in the UK are not legal to drive on public roads because they're just considered unsafe. They do not meet the bare minimum for stopping distance and, all this kind of stuff. So even with a competent, attentive driver, the vehicle itself isn't good enough. So you can't, you can buy a Cybertruck in the UK. You sure as shit can't drive it on the road. That thing can't stop. It can't corner. And it's dangerous as God knows, in anything but ideal conditions. So it's not legal anywhere in Europe because our regulations for car safety are quite strict. And I'm kind of glad about that. Yeah, people will do that. They will look at someone I was driving with once, kept looking at their phone, and it wasn't a sat nav, it wasn't, quick text. They were on social media with it. And I said, can you not do that when I'm in the vehicle? And they said, why? I said, because I want to live and I don't want to hurt anyone. And they were like, oh, yeah. They've probably never seen the result of, excuse me, a serious road accident. Clearly have no idea what the consequences can be. So what I did to convince them was put my hand over their eye for the amount of time they kept their eye on the screen they were looking at. Oh shit, 2 mobs. No, run away, run away. Excuse me. As soon as I put my hand over his eyes, the guy was like, what? I said, that's how long your eyes were off the road last time. Like a solid 8 seconds you were looking at that phone and not up the dual carriageway we're driving on at 70 mile an hour. And he was like, no way. And I was like, way. I can, 1 elephant, 2 1 elephant, 3 1 elephant. Dude. Look at the road. Anyway, getting a beer. Touchscreen, yeah. There's a road traffic officer. He's fairly famous on social media because he does a lot of videos, and most of them are just like official videos. Please don't do this. This is a requirement. If you want to drive, therefore, so he's towing the line in 99% of the stuff he makes. And he was saying, you're much better off with tactile switches in a vehicle than you are with the touchscreen. Because for every second you're looking for a button and not finding it with your fingers is seconds you're not looking at the road. Other car users, pedestrians, whatever. And I think he's right. I much prefer tactile buttons in a car over touch screens. I think you can have a combination of both. You want to make an adjustment to your sat nav on a motorway? Don't do it while you're still moving, because you've got to take your eyes off the road for those seconds, and those seconds could be all important to saving someone's life and your own. Yeah, that's the main issue with, and I think they'll get around it, but the main issue with EVs is the, oh God, two of them again. Is the energy storage. The batteries are so damned heavy. And the colder it gets, the less well they work. So we do need some new chemistry for batteries to make it work. And I want it to work because the torque in an electric, oh yeah, it's like a V8. It's awesome. But, you know, the range, how long it takes to recharge, those are the downsides. And they need to be overcome. You're going to persuade people to go full electric, then you need facility of charge everywhere, you know, so like the gas station in every town, that kind of thing. And also the weight versus energy storage has got to be comparable to gasoline or diesel or whatever you drive, to the electric. Oh, we've got another 20 miles to go. I'll just put another $10 in. Yeah, great. You pull up at a gas station. You've gone in 5-10 minutes tops. And that's if you have a big, long chat with the person working at the gas station or whatever, or have to queue for the pump. Whereas with an electric, you know, you're going to sit there for like an hour before you can continue your journey. You know, and that's the big stumbling point to get people to buy into it and go that way. And where I live, I mean, I'd be trickle charging overnight every night because there's no fast charge points within 50 miles of me. And the setup cost to get one at your house, that's the problem. They should be at the gas stations. The fast chargers should be at the gas stations in similar numbers to the pumps in gas stations. And then people would go, oh, it's okay, we just quickly top up a bit here, get another X%. That would become the norm. People would be like, yeah, it's okay, charge up a bit. Down the highway, you'll get there. But the reality of it right now, especially where I live, hey, level. Right, that's what we came here for. Boop, boop, boop. Melee weapons. Oh, yes, sir. 600 and something. Okay, you know what? I'm going to save that and leave that. There we go. We managed. We got the new Nano, and with the composite masteries, we're okay. Gonna lowercase. Dear. Meep. Polybollocks, basically, yeah. So, you've got to fulfill the convenience of the current fuel systems that are in place. So, 5-10 minutes at a gas station, you got a full tank, you got full range of the vehicle before you got to do anything else. And you put me in a manual car, and I will get cheaper range than any electric. because the cost of electricity being the price it is another problem. And then the storage capacity of batteries, how well they perform in different climates and temperature, the whole thing. There's a lot to get done yet. To the point where if the current electric market was the norm, and someone came out and said, "Oh, I found that the pre-dinosaur or any fucking land animals other than insects, forests that didn't decay because there was no bacteria to decay them, and they became compacted in the ground, and over time and enormous pressure turned into coal and oil. And if we put this through a few chemical processes, can run a particular kind of engine that sets fire to that stuff, releasing its energy instantaneously. You can fill the entire tank and get 1,000 miles out of your oil burner, and diesel being a byproduct of petrol production. You know, it's it's nowhere near as an effective a fuel, but they made the engine so effective to use it that it worked. And you can do that in 20 minutes tops, and be on your way for a much greater range. Overweight, it runs pretty much as well until you get into extreme temperatures of cold, etc, etc. As a byproduct, you don't need electric heaters in the car draining the battery, because the engine itself produces heat, and that can be diverted to the cabin. It would be a much better proposition as a new technology over electrics as they are now. So what we need is for the electrics to become the better offer to the person wanting go from A to B. And right now, depending where you live, pretty much isn't. But there you go. That's life, isn't it? Anyway, shall we do another mission? Maybe we should. Oh, don't like these. Nope. 5 more levels for CI, yes. Why am I not getting the mission type that I want? That's weird. Oh, I did eventually. Where the hell's this? Oh, it's in tier again. Okay, we'll do it. Going to tier. Yep, I'm all for electric cars and solar and all of that. But you got to make a better offer than what's available now, or the public ain't going to buy in. If I had to do it here, it'd be like when the alternator failed on my car. Every night I had I had a mains cable going outside the house, under the boot of the car, into the battery to charge it up every night to make sure it would start in the morning. It was a total pain in the arse. So owning an electric where I live would be exactly the same. So there's some work to do yet, but there's no reason not to continue the work. In fact, the very opposite. That's the entire reason to continue the work on it. Make it more palatable. Make it, you know, something that people are attracted to practically. Not just, oh, it's the right thing to do. That's not enough to sell someone on something. Just ain't. People want it convenient right now and whatever, because that's what they're used to. Okay, can't attack you. Ah, oh, grey caves. Yeah, any uneven surface in grey caves can be very hard to convince the mob that they're in a fight. You've usually got to taunt them. There we go. As soon as you taunt them... Nope, still can't hit him. Outside range. Yeah, can't complete this mission because reasons. Yeah, well, no, because electric cars are they're multiple cells, as are conventional cars. The difference is that, you know, like a combustion engine can pretty much run free, especially something like a compression engine, like a diesel burner, barely needs any electricity to run. You can change cells. I mean, the amount of people I've seen re-engineer laptop batteries that are apparently dead because one cell in the battery has gone is stunning, especially where I used to work at Maplin Electronics. People would come in with a dismantled battery, and inside the battery were a bunch of conventional cells soldered together in series. And they replaced the one cell that ain't working, and the whole thing worked. You got to remember, there's always someone looking for the business angle on all this. So, you know, they're going to be like, well, how much money can we make out of them if one of the cells fails? Rather than, let's just build the best possible electric battery system we can. They're like, well, let's build one that will generate money for us when it doesn't work and needs replacement. That's the way they think about these things, and that's the problem. Blindio, welcome to the stream. Yeah, so you've got commercialists, capitalists thinking about building these things. They ain't building them for the good of the planet. They're building them to make money. If the current trend is, oh, let's make electric cars, they're like, okay, but how can we make more money out of them? And if battery failure is a good earner, they'll build it, they'll put that in the build for the vehicle. They don't want an everlasting light bulb. No businessman wants an everlasting light bulb. You know. Light bulbs have to burn out, so they buy new ones. Otherwise, why are we in business in the first place? This is who you're dealing with. This is who's holding everything up. Plain as the nose on your face, if you have a nose. Can I stuck? Nope. 19 minutes remaining. I'm gonna run home. Which is okay. I still wish the Wampers were up there like they used to be. Don't you need cells to be performing similarly? For optimum performance, yes. But in reality, no. But if every bulb lasts forever, then you have to close 80 to 90% of bulb factories and send those people home. Oh, won't someone think of the workers? Yeah, I've heard so many capitalists make that argument who don't give a flying fuck about anyone on the factory floor. It galls me when they say things like that. And what galls me even more is they get us, the guys on the factory floor, effectively, to repeat them. They don't care about the people on the factory floor. They're just tools in the big machine that makes them money. But they will use them as an argument against doing a better job. It's kind of sickening. Yeah, that's the thing. That's why light bulbs don't last forever. Because where's the profit in that? You need light bulbs to wear out and fail so you can sell more light bulbs, right? The people making the light bulbs, I guarantee you the people in charge don't give a flying fluff about them. Ask anyone that works for Amazon how much they think their employer cares about their well-being. You will get a very different answer. Quality 30... Oh, almost. 138. Okay, we can do 30s now. Oh my god, we've progressed on the shade. I'll have 2 of them. Thank you. First aid 186. Got these 138. If I... First aids are more useful in a fight. 230. There we go. Save that. Right. $138. Quality 50. 228. We can do 50s now. Take a bunch of those. There's 7 left. Just delete them. There are light bulbs that were built properly that have lasted 100 years. So, yeah, there you go. Yes, it would have put people out of work. And also, capitalists would have made less money out of building a product in an inferior way to make sure people buy more of it. Where's the right and wrong? You decide. Not me. I ain't telling you. You got to make your mind up about that one. Oh, that's miles to run without a Yalm. Bottom of a reed. I don't think we can get there on this server. We're going over there. not that far from Last Ditch or middle of Vomit Woods. Okay, we'll accept that. It's probably going to be a cave mission though. Oh yeah, the you'll pay for it and not own it. Yep, that's the next stage. Do you know what the stage is after that? You have to pay for it, you never own it, and you should be grateful that we provide it. That's the next step. That's where we're headed right now. My response to the gaming industry with, buying a game doesn't mean ownership. My response to that, then piracy isn't theft. Any game company that expects me to pay them money to buy their software, but I have to keep paying them in order to use it, and they can switch it off whenever they like. My answer to them is, well, if that's your model, then unfortunately, sirs, yeah, you will own nothing and be grateful. That's the new next stage. It's late stage capitalism. It's how the Roman Empire folded. You know, there's only so much bread and circuses before it collapses. Yeah, I mean, even now they're doing pay money to test our game and be grateful for the privilege. Holy shit. When you have to rent food, remember these words. You should have stood up. You should have stood up before this happened, because you should have been able to figure out it was coming, you know? That's where it'll be. You will rent your apartment. You will never own property. You will rent your food. You will rent your... You're nothing but there to make other people money. That's the problem with it, yeah? Yeah, people are fine with it. It's like, oh, it's just another subscription. Yeah, they've been mollycoddled and gaslighted into thinking it's okay for the world to work that way. It isn't, and it shouldn't work that way. And if you stand up, it won't. It'll never take hold. It's like weed in your garden. If you double down and fight it early on, it never takes hold. And it's a mess. It really is. It's like now with music. It used to be you went to the music store, you bought a physical copy of that music on tape or vinyl or a CD. You owned it. You could play it whenever you wanted, however often you wanted, and everything else. Not anymore. Mob mentality. Well, they're manipulating mob mentality to allow the future state of affairs to take hold. You will own nothing and be grateful. You know, let them eat cake. Because it's the psychology of sudden wealth syndrome. So people that become monumentally rich very quickly reconcile that within their own consciousness as we're better, we're somehow superior and deserve it, therefore you should be grateful, rather than accept the fact that what they've achieved is awful. It's hard because everybody wants to be the hero in their own story. All of us are guilty of that. Is what it is. The thing is, once you start believing your own bullshit, you end up like Elon or someone like that, where everyone thinks you're a complete and utter twat. You know, and turns out, because you are. So, there you go. Ooh, we got brown corridor mission. Ooh, cyborg destructor. In my story, I'm the villain, but then the morning come and I wake up. Well, I hope so. No. Nothing. Well, is it? Yep, you sell. Therefore, I loot. I mean, it's a serious discussion that, you know, one of my silly streams with AO and whatnot is probably not the forum to have the discussion in, but the facts remain. Okay, we've only got the one. Smaller aggro range than the guys in Shadowlands, that's for sure. Gonna heal up, and and get another beer. Anyway, far too serious a discussion for a, PRK AO stream with a numpty like me. What do I know, really? Oh, beer! These cyborgs don't drop much. Ooh, iron circle. That could be useful. You couldn't buy it in the shop. I think. Can you buy iron circle in the shops, or is it locked behind missions or something? I can't remember. Not for PRK, certainly. It's weird because when you play on PRK, it's like you're using two sets of memories. So you're trying to remember how in the back of your mind, there's how things work on live, and then there's how they work here, which is 18.4, and therefore works differently. Ooh. Rustic boots. Are they worth selling? I don't know. Bible from Advance. Yeah, so not really worth picking up. No one will need them or want them for any reason when they can buy the completed Nano from a shop. That's how I'm thinking about it. I'm not thinking about how much money can I make from selling this. I'm not thinking like that. I'm thinking, could I give this away to someone, you know, to do stuff with? Still recouping. Not really worth much.
Enter attack mode.
Uh-oh. We got both. Shit. Not sure how that happened, but... Yeet! We're out of there, that's for sure. Let's see what we get when we go back in. Oh, pretty good, pretty good. They reset. Did we look at this? We did. Okay. Yep, saw you and then... Not you, but that's okay. Stubby, stubby! You know what? Let's just finish the mission. Oh wow, did okay. Got XP and everything. Can we get back? We can get back. There we go. Right. I'm tired, even though it's my week off. Who knew? Maybe I'm getting old. In fact, there's no doubt about me getting old. I definitely am. Is anyone else streaming Anarchy Online? Well, let's take a look. Me. I'm looking now and it is literally just me. Kind of annoying. No one else I know and no other streamer. Oh well. It was worth a try. There you go. 97 tokens as a shade that we can't use. I want a 1K board that I'll never equip. Alright, love you all. See you in the next one, probably tomorrow. More of the same BS from me and more PRK. Until then, love you all. Big thank you for the gifted subs. Thank you for the donations on YouTube that haven't seemed to have popped up yet, but I take you at face value that You did what you did, so thank you for that. And I will see you in the next one, which likely is tomorrow, because I'm not in work. I'm off this week. Right. Love you all. Bye for now. See you in the next one.